Imagine seeing two homes for sale on the same street, same size, same market, but one sells for tens of thousands more. Well, you don't have to imagine that. That is what is happening in today's real estate market. With housing inventory levels at their highest in 9 years, buyers are shopping around and comparing homes, which means sellers need to take extra care in the presentation of their home. Taylor Bennett is here this morning to tell us more about the 4 silent deal killers you'll want to avoid when putting your property up for sale. And good morning to you, Taylor.
Good morning, Melissa.
Okay, so we're seeing lots of things happening on the market right now.
Yeah, a lot of inventory in the market right now. Now, it is subject to location. Some areas do have some still low inventory right now, so it's not the same thing across the city right now, but we do have a low inventory or high inventory situation for most areas. So buyers looking at, they basically have options. They can look at you, look at your neighbors, look at other homes in the area and compare them. And if your house is not going to stand out among those, they're going to eliminate those pretty quickly and they're not going to put an offer on your home.
Okay, let's talk about some no-nos. One of them is having smells within your home.
Smells are a huge one right now. It's one of the first things that people are going to notice when they walk into your house, of course, and it's one of the things tied closest with memory. They're going to remember your home for the way it smelled. Now, a lot of smells, you don't notice them whatsoever because you've lived in your house for a while. You become blind to it because, oh, that's the area I store my hockey equipment. That's the area my wet dog sleeps. And you become blind to them. And of course, the new people coming into your house, they're not going to be blind to those at all. So you want to make sure you kind of get rid of those. Swap them out with some more, not too strong, overpowering smells, but some nice deodorizers, things of that nature. But you don't want to go overboard where that becomes an issue as well.
Okay, smell is a big indicator.
Smells are a huge, huge one, of course.
Huge. Okay, let's talk about clutter as well.
Clutter is a big one, and that's one that I find a lot of people do struggle with. They realize, oh, I live in this house, it's my home, I have these little knickknacks, I have my photos, I have a lot of things that's personalized my home and made it mine, and they don't really kind of depersonalize it too much. I try to get people to really understand it's like working into a hotel. Walking into a hotel, it's obviously very lovely, it's clean, it's tidy, there's not too much clutter. It's not too depersonalized where it feels like you're walking into a hospital or a kind of a laboratory or something like that, but you do want to make sure kind of your personal things are removed. The way I look at it, you're going to be packing up the stuff anyway when you do move. You may as well get a head start on it and make sure people can really imagine themselves in their place. Don't replace it with your own family photos and all these souvenirs or things you've picked up on vacations and things like that. Pack those away and make your house more of a blank slate for people to imagine themselves.
Some great advice. Also, you say lighting. Let's talk about lights.
Lighting is huge, especially this time of year. Of course, it gets dark around 4:30 or so, which is probably when most showings are going to be happening for your house. Evenings, weekends are probably the most popular time for showings. And lighting, of course, you want to make sure your house is seen properly. A couple things you can do to enhance your lighting, of course, is replace all the light bulbs to be the same. Some people have different colors light bulbs in different rooms, maybe even sometimes in the same lampshade they have different color lights in there, which can add a little bit of confusion for some buyers. And use light to light up areas of your house that maybe at 4 p.m. is going to be difficult for people to really kind of understand, especially putting string lights in your backyard all along your fence to kind of highlight how big your backyard actually is, because people are probably not going to walk out there in the winter time, of course, so accentuate it there. And the darker areas of your house, put some floor lamps or cheap puck LED lights you can buy as well for a couple of dollars on Amazon to really make some of those dark areas more inviting and people will look at your whole house.
Perfect. Okay, last but not least, you say furniture flow and functionality.
Yes, and this is another big one as well. We're not asking you, of course, to replace all your furniture in your house. If you have some older pieces, maybe you can't do too much with that, but just like the clutter issue, maybe you're not packing everything up with you. Maybe you're going to be selling some things ahead of time, getting rid of them, but you want people to walk in there and kind of feel free to walk around. If they walk in and they're bumping into couches, they're bumping into chairs, they're going to feel like the thing is way too small. And even if your house is very big, they're going to feel like it's way too small. So you want to make sure you kind of really focus on that. Again, it's kind of like depersonalizing it, but it's really letting people kind of walking around and imagining what their life could be like in your house.
And that's why realtors are so important, because you can help with all these items.
Of course, because you become blind to it. The longer you've been in your house, the more blind you become to some of these issues, and the more trends change. So make sure you're on top of those.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Taylor. And don't forget, you can listen to the Bennett Real Estate and Wealth Show with Marnie Bennett. It's on Saturdays at 1 p.m. only on 580 CFRA.